Hello, welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I said that, but I'm gonna do another design once again, except I want this particular video to be focused more so on creating, but also talking more, because in my other videos, mainly was focusing on talking through the process of what I was doing or how I was feeling about where I was at with the project that I was working on. And I think it'd be kind of nice to have something that feels more like a hangout. It's also raining a lot where I live, so you'll probably hear the rain. I live at home, so you'll hear my family in the background, because even though it is 9:30, people are still up, including myself. I think I'm just going to talk about my creative journey so far since January. I don't want to talk about years previous because I think that would just be too long. I'm also going to try my best to not go on like a side quest tangent, because I think I can do that a lot. So I'm going to be creating but also talking, so that I guess in a way it's like getting to know me a bit better, and this can feel just super relaxed and chill. I'll quickly mention what I'm doing or what I'm focusing on. So these photos were taken in January by my friend Lara. I'll leave her stuff down below, her information and stuff. Originally, I was just showing up for a shoot that she wanted to do with me. We did that during the day, and then after that, we went to the skate park and took photos there, because that was when my idea came in. And I think I thought of it either the day before or the day of. I was like, oh, like, do you think we can just squeeze like an hour doing this for me? And she was like, yeah, that's totally fine. I've also made my edits on the photo through Lightroom, so I can just put them up here. Anyways, let's get to it. My creative journey so far, it's been pretty good. I think I mentioned in a video, or maybe I cut it out, I don't remember, but basically I wanted to do kind of like a creative calendar for myself, to just make sure I am doing something creative every day as much as possible. And it doesn't have to be physically like creating, it could just be like watching movies, reading a book, like going to something artistic, or planning out ideas, or just something that's like gonna keep me going. And I had that going for, I want to say, like a month and a half, and then I stopped doing it because I just noticed that it started to just come more naturally for me, and I kind of like that a lot better. So I was like, okay, like I wouldn't be upset about it not being something I keep up with, because it's flowing pretty well. And I'm trying to see. Okay. And yeah, so I just stopped doing that, but I kind of recommend it to people, and then definitely like see if you don't think you need it anymore, like let go of it. And then also, it wouldn't be a crime if you felt like, oh, I need to start it back up again. But something I've learned on my own, and I think it's definitely been mentioned before, I really don't think you have to be creative 24/7. I feel that a lot of people get bored, and for them it's like they freak out because they're bored, And I used to be like that too, or I felt like I couldn't be very creative, or I wasn't creating a lot, or just, I don't know, just this forceful feeling of like, oh, I'm not doing enough. And I realized with myself, it's like you kind of need to have two things that contribute to your creativity. Is one, like being bored and like just not doing anything. I think it's just so necessary for life. Like, even if we're not even talking creative things here, but I think it's necessary to be bored. It sometimes can feel uncomfortable, but I think we need to be bored. Like, we just can't have a life where there's always something happening, you know? I think, like anyone says, like, too much of anything isn't very good. And two, like, you have to live life, right? As a creative, a lot of creative inspiration comes from the fact that you live life, whether it's a place you went to, something you saw, a conversation you had, like, etc., right? Whether you're consuming something of your favorite artist, depending on the media of art, like, they experienced something in their life that inspired them to create that, right? They had to live life a little bit so that they can put that thing out. I think because of having that understanding, it's helped me feel less like freaked out when I'm bored, because I'm like, well, this is necessary, right? It's necessary to feel the boredom.
You say you need a time out, think you mean a buyout, cause it's pretty clear you're on your way out. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so some friends for you, cause you couldn't stand it, me all independent, so you had to have me for yourself. That was when I trusted you, when I could add up 2 and 2, when you promised we'd be together, you, me, forever. Now there's nothing left to lose. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it
A big thing I could say is just make your own stuff. It sounds like, I know at first, like, okay, where do you start? Who do you talk to? Do you even have like the perfect equipment to start? Just make your own stuff. I used to think you needed all the equipment first, and then that will help, like, with creating. And when I did that, I got all the equipment with zero ideas, zero knowledge of who to talk to, how to start anything up. Equipment essentially are just tools, right? Like, for instance, with painting, like, usually the artist has a vision, and then they're using the tools of like the paintbrush, the paint, the canvas to create it, right? So I ended up selling a lot of stuff that I bought because I was like, well, I don't use it, they just sit here, and it's just not making much sense to, you know, maintain things and have it take up space when it's just not being used. So sold a lot of my stuff, and I'm just now learning to use what I have, hence this whole setup. But honestly, this whole setup is not bad, and I know I will upgrade in the future, right? With like, even if it's just a microphone or something that I buy, and it feels really nice. It's a good challenge for yourself. It helps you appreciate what you have, and it makes you realize that it's not always about equipment. We've seen some of the greatest things created by people where they're like, oh, they literally just used what they had, right? Like, they use a whole iPhone to make this specific spectacular video. There's like a short film, I think, of a girl who made a short film using her DSi. You know, even in a lot of like behind the scenes making of whatever the thing is, you'll see people like, you know, for instance, like artists, like, I recorded this in my closet because that was like the most soundproof a bowl room that I can make, right? So I think moments like that is when you can really look and realize like, oh, I can just use what I have. I have to switch to my MacBook because iPad and iPhone are running out of storage, but I just wanted to make a quick finishing, ending, outro thing. It's not as bright. But again, if you watch, that's cool. And yeah, mainly the premise was like to talk about just what I want and then just creating on the side. I didn't want it to be too design focused, like me talking through what I'm doing all the time. But anyways, I hope this was kind of like a hangout feel, and I'm probably going to do another one because I like it, and also I've been told my voice is soothing, so that's really funny. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good night because it's almost 11 p.m. here, and I'll see you in the next video.